You think this is a disaster movie? It's not. There's no script here, no director, only desperation. Haiti, 12 days after the 2023 earthquake. A tent made from torn cloth, where children huddle around a moldy piece of bread. A girl was taken one night in exchange for 3 packets of instant noodles. She was 14. A woman stands outside a refugee shelter, watching a relief truck drive past. She knows it won't stop. Trading her body for food wasn't a choice, it was a sentence. No one speaks for them, except this camera. If you're hearing this, remember, not everyone survives a disaster with dignity intact. This isn't the beginning of the story. This is the pit. Welcome to today's episode. Haiti has been hit again and again. And each time, it wasn't just the ground that fractured. It was the fabric of survival. What collapsed wasn't only buildings, but trust, systems, and women's safety. After the 2023 quake, infrastructure failed completely. Schools, hospitals, police stations, all gone in a single night. In the silence that followed, the girls were the first to disappear from records. Some were taken away by distant relatives. Some were trafficked across borders. Some left behind nothing but a torn plastic sandal, and a tag with a name no one claimed. The end called them the most vulnerable to post-disaster exploitation. But in the ruins, no one heard those words. So we ask, where did the girls go? The ones who made it out? Are they rebuilding or falling deeper into something worse? No one kept writing their story. Maybe it's time you did. Disaster doesn't just destroy buildings. It erases rules and replaces them with silence. Aid doesn't stop overnight. It fades. First, it's missing food rations. Then, someone at the shelter whispers, "What can you offer tonight?" In parts of Haiti, official shelters collapsed. Many were never registered at all. And yet, these places held the food, the water, the keys. Women looked for ways to survive. But in a broken system, survival became exchange, not out of greed, but because there was no one else to trust. A girl trades for rice to last 3 days, another for a thin blanket, just enough to stay safe in the dark. Who holds the power? A man running the shelter, a man with the rations, a neighbor who knows someone. The promise of safety became the price of silence. Food became leverage. Bodies became currency. You call it a choice. It's what happens when rules rot and the wild takes over. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just lowered her head and whispered, "That day, I just wanted one full meal." She was 21, lost her home in the quake, stayed in a camp for over 3 months. The first time, it was night. Someone asked if she wanted something warm. She said yes. She got a bowl of rice, but she never slept peacefully again. She never told anyone because she knew no one would help. The second time, the third, she started whispering the question herself. "Do you have anything to eat?" It wasn't a deal, she said. It was instinct, a survival reflex. I didn't even think. I wasn't trying to get something. I just didn't want to feel cold, or hungry, or alone. She tried to avoid them, but hunger always found her first. She moved camps, but it got worse. Her voice trembled. "You think I wanted this?" No one does. But when your stomach's empty all day, and you've got a straw mat in the corner, the decision gets very simple. Her voice was distorted, digitized, but her truth cut clean through. In this system, survival is a quiet scream. She wasn't that kind of girl. She was just hungry. We like to say, she made a choice, but did she really have one? When the infrastructure collapses, schools close, hospitals stop functioning, food runs dry, laws vanish, freedom becomes an illusion seen only by those above. Some live through despair, others profit from it. After the Haiti quake, refugee camps exploded across the landscape, but with no structure, no oversight. Who was accountable? The harm done to women wasn't an accident. It was a system-wide silence. No one said it out loud. No one ordered them to pay. But the cracks in the rules pushed them into a corner. They weren't choosing. They were being chosen to carry the cost. This isn't about personal morality. It's about structural failure. When survival requires silence, compliance, and the use of your own body, Is that a choice at all? The real question isn't, why did she do that? It's, why did we let the system allow it? We've known. It's been happening for a long time. That was the first thing she said. An international aid worker, eyes lowered. Then came the disclaimers. We don't have enough funding. There's no unified policy. Half the time, we don't even know who's in charge. In the interviews, they repeated the same line. We're overwhelmed. Donations are shrinking. Staff rotate too fast. Project timelines are too short. Some camps don't even have reliable access to sanitary pads, let alone safety protocols. We asked, do you know girls are making exchanges for food and shelter? She paused for a long time, then said softly, we're doing what we can. The truth. They saw it, but they didn't touch it, because touching it means touching power. Politics, armed groups, funding trails, accountability. Aid should be a safety net. Instead, it became a cushion that absorbs damage but solves nothing. Everyone knows, it's not that they can't act, they're too afraid to. So the girls remain trapped inside an unspoken system, and the world outside repeats the same tired line. We did our best. In 2025, the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs released a report. It revealed a staggering statistic. Within 12 months of a major natural disaster, reports of sexual violence increased by 46%. 46%. That's not just a number. Behind each percentage point is a silent scream, a desperate act, a choice without options. Another painful number, in temporary shelters lacking formal security, over 61% of women and girls reported either experiencing or fearing sexual coercion. And the most dangerous places, often the very camps that were supposed to offer safety, where power is easily abused. Most cases never reach prosecution, not for lack of evidence, but because they are not a priority. In disaster relief, food and tents are urgent, but dignity, safety, and bodily autonomy are quietly sidelined. These aren't isolated incidents. They are part of a predictable, repeated pattern, a humanitarian blind spot. The UN warns, when gender is left out of emergency planning, disasters become both natural and man-made. In the aftermath of disaster, men often appear in the frame. Uniforms, supplies on their backs, tape lines drawn across ruins. Some are volunteers. Some are security forces. Others control what gets distributed, and to whom. They are not one and the same, but they stand at crucial junctions. Some step forward to help. Others choose silence. When chaos tears through order, power dynamics that once felt subtle become sharply visible. Food, shelter, documents, all can become tools of leverage. Some men are trusted because of their uniform. Others are complicit, not by action, but by looking away. This isn't about turning genders against each other. It's about asking, when power is uneven, how many good men simply stay quiet? Silence shapes the world as much as action. Not every man is a perpetrator, but every man in power holds influence. The lens captures more than people. It reveals structures of permission, avoidance, and silence. So we ask, are you a helper, a manipulator, or a bystander? She only wanted to survive. She didn't do anything wrong, just tried to make it to the next meal. But the world told her, some people get to choose. She doesn't. We saw it. You may have heard it. But too often, we look away, or say nothing. Some claim she chose that path, but real choice requires safety, dignity, and resources. Now ask yourself, what if she were your sister, your daughter, your friend? Would you still stay silent? After the quake comes a quieter storm, silence. It eats away at what we thought we believed. That's why we speak. To see, to feel, to share. Not to spread anger, but to break complicity. If you heard her story, don't keep it to yourself. She may have no voice, but you do. You are where change begins. We're not pointing fingers. We're asking, when survival becomes currency, who still gets to choose? Drop your thoughts below.